Like many of you in the audience, I've been watching the Halo TV series on Paramount+. I have a lot of thoughts on it, but I'm going to save that for a much bigger review after Season 1 is concluded because there's a lot to cover and this is just going to be a quick one. Today I wanted to talk about a prop and costuming department goof that honestly takes me out of the experience. Roll the intro. This video is sponsored by the coldest water. During the lockdown, it was difficult for me to get my proper daily water intake, but with the coldest 32-ounce sports bottle, it's really helped me to get my health back on track. Drinking more water is something that's always been a struggle for me, but honestly not anymore thanks to this bottle. I can fill it up with ice at the beginning of my work shift, and it's still full of ice when I clock out for the day. If I wanted to spice things up a bit, I could even keep my drink cold for up to 36 hours, which is way past the amount of time I'm usually working. Not to mention, it also keeps your drinks hot for up to 12 hours as well, so it's a win-win situation for all you coffee drinkers out there. I even bring the bottle with me when I go to the gym, so it's nice to have after a good cardio workout. It's really convenient, and it really helps for gas mask wearing nerds like yours truly. Links are in the description if you want to check them out yourself, and if you want to get a similar bottle, this is the coldest 32-ounce sports bottle. So the Halo TV series in all its controversial glory has its ups and downs. Personally, I'm not really enjoying it that much, but there's some things that I enjoy about it that I'll discuss in that future video. However, the biggest blunder I wanted to talk about is actually the UNSC Marine uniforms. You see, for someone who isn't really into military culture, you really wouldn't think anything of the uniforms at first glance. However, being someone who has many friends who are either actively serving or have served in the US Armed Forces, I instantly recognize that the costuming team for the Halo TV series has given absolutely no thought into the accuracy of the UNSC Marine Corps. Now, since either my computer is being weird with recordings or Paramount Plus has some weird anti-copyright thing built into the tab, this is a bootleg photo from my phone showcasing what I mean. What this quote-unquote UNSC Marine is wearing is actually a United States Army combat uniform. Specifically, they're wearing the UCP Universal Camouflage pattern introduced during the Iraq War back in 2003. I don't believe this uniform was introduced until 2005, I could be wrong about that, but it's in the Iraq War range. It's almost like the prop department literally went onto eBay and ordered a bunch of old Army surplus in bulk and thought it would look futuristic and cool with the digital camouflage pattern. But the thing is, you could have just as easily ordered modern-day Marine Corps MARPAT pattern, which is similar enough, and it's at least the right branch. Admittedly, I've never served in the armed forces, but I was in college ROTC, and back in high school, I was in junior ROTC. I even went through the paperwork and did my ASVAB test and was about to get my ship date for MEPS before I got hired at the news station. So, needless to say, I'm familiar with uniform regulation to a degree, but going back to this photo, an obvious regulation being broken is that this Marine, quote-unquote, is wearing their cover indoors. And every one of these Marines looks like they just sloppily put the uniform on. The thing that boggles my mind is that I see people saying that the Marines look lore accurate and that they look amazing, but just conveniently glancing over the fact that the UNSC Marines are not only wearing a 500-year-old out-of-date uniform, but a uniform from the wrong branch of service. I'm not blindly hating the show, but critique is the only way that things get better. But if you blindly come to the show's defense solely on the fact that it's controversial, it won't get better. All I see on Reddit and Twitter are straw man arguments trying to justify these choices. The thing is, they could have literally just used the old BDU camo pattern because it's universally available and it's the most generic camo pattern out there. But the thing is, it's used all over the world and it's instantly recognizable. Not to mention, it's close enough to what the UNSC Marines in-game are actually using. All I ask for is a little consistency. I can forgive the AK rifles and the Chevy Tahoe being used by the insurrectionist, because in Halo lore, old weapons have been used in the future, like the Desert Eagle, in one of the comics, an MP40 I think was used, but the lack of consistency with the UNSC Marines and all these non-Halo weapons showing up left and right leads me to believe that a lot of these props are from storage used for other productions. $10 million an episode, and they went cheap with some of the costuming. Now, this wouldn't have been an immediate issue had it just been one or two Marines in the background. But no, this is literally every single UNSC Marine on screen. Every single one. Either way, I'm enjoying the show for some bits, and I have my gripes with it, and of course I'm going to post my full critique once the season's concluded. So, thanks everybody for watching, and just Let's do better, guys. Let's just do better.